Yes, Chris Tula here, 2019 European and a national aquathlon champion in my age group. And today I'm going to talk about the Polar GritX watch and give you my honest review. On to the review. So firstly, the Polar Vantage V watch is my favourite watch and I use it all the time in my training. It does everything that I need it to do. It does cycling, running, swimming, strength training, and it does other things such as hiking, trail walking, etc. So this was really is the flagship watch for Polar, and it's a top spec watch. Now, I'm reviewing the Polar Grit X watch, which has just recently come out. Now it's a lovely looking watch. It's mainly for the outdoor market, so the trail market, like hiking, mountain running, outdoor swimming, things like that. Triathlon, because it's more robust. It's not. It does not have as many features as the Polar Vantage, but it also has extra features that doesn't feature on the Polar Vantage V. Now with this, it's obviously a robust watch, as mentioned, a lovely looking watch. So for triathlons, for me, it's a perfect watch. It's not, it's below the Vantage V range, but as I said, there is features I'm going to discuss that are impressive on here. Now with this, for me, for triathlon, it's more robust. So if I damage, if it gets damaged, it's unlikely to get damaged as much as the Polar Vantage V, because it's different shape slightly, and it's also, as I mentioned, more robust. Right. So, firstly, the heart rate monitor. So I prefer heart rate monitor strap, and I always use that because that's pretty accurate, and I do all my training by heart rate. With this, it has lasers, and they go through your different layers of your skin and to get the pulse. The problem is with any sort of wrist heart rate is that you don't. There's too much movement, so it's not always going to be accurate. So with this watch, I found that comparing it with the Polar Vantage V, when not using the heart rate, it was a bit, heart rate monitor strap, sorry, it was a bit off compared to the Vantage V. So I'd say if you, the only downside is if you are going to use this, you really need a strap to be on the safe side. It's more accurate. Now there's features on here that doesn't appear on the Vantage V. So firstly, just going to scroll through it, and one of the features I do like is fueling. So the first thing is, I hope you can see that, fueling. So with this, you can, it's really good because it can tell you your carbs and your water reminders. So you set reminders, so you're out for a long run, for example, so you're out for 2-hour, 3-hour run, and you want to remind it when to take on the carbs, like you might have like every hour carbs, and when you want to take water, it will tell you in a beep and it'll let you know. So that's one quite good feature that I like. Now, also what that does show up with the training, because Polar have loads of data in their training, which I like. So just bear with me while I scroll through. So if we go to one of my sessions, so we load up cycling, and when you go into it, there's a section called energy, as you can see. So with the energy, it tells you how many calories, and that's standard in every watch and every Polar watch, and it does say how much you're burning. So it says, like, for example, I did an hour cycle ride, 47% carbs, 0% protein, and 53% fat. Now I like my stats. I'm a bit of a geek like this. So having this is really good, and I hope they do put this on the Vantage V, the Vantage series. But this is a good little stat and something that you can see what you're doing, because I always try to burn fat as an energy source. So that was that's that done. So next thing, they've changed a few little things on the screen compared to the other watches. So firstly, you can see the temperature and the weather for the day, and I think if you click on it, it'll tell you when it's synced up. And then if you scroll up, you can just see like what it's forecast, which is good and really handy, because if you're going out on the if you're going out for a run again, and you might get caught up on rain, or you can come back. So it says no chance of rain, and so that's an interesting thing to have. The only thing is, if you like your metrics in Pearl, etc., the only problem is that you can't, if you like miles, you can't change the temperature to Celsius. So I don't really use Fahrenheit. I prefer Celsius, but I can't change it when you're using, for example, when you're using the metrics with mile, for example. So this is something that hopefully they update, and you can change individually that way. So next, what features did it include on the training? So with the training, I could go back to another one of my sessions, and just going to try and see if it shows up. Hopefully it does. And right, what it is, they've got a hill splitter, so you can see that showing up there, and it will show up on the dashboard on your laptop or on the app on the phone. Now this is what I like. This again isn't on the Vantage series, and hopefully they update it for that. But this automatically tells you when you look up when you've gone uphill and downhill. So as soon as you start climbing, it does the rep, and as soon as you get to the top, it stops the rep, which is really good. And I've tested it out on hill sessions, and spot on exactly as it was. So it stops me from pressing the buttons all the time when I go up the top and then back down again for the recoveries. So that's that. Just the thing that I do like with any of the Polar watches at the moment is this, where it says if you're detraining, as you can see, so it says I'm detraining at the moment. So that'll tell you if you're overtraining. So I quite like that. That's a bit of a good feature on all of them anyway. Other features that it features is that obviously you like the other watches, you get all the different sports or activities you can do. Yeah, so that's pretty much some of the features with it. So conclusion quickly, it's a lovely looking watch, it's robust. For me, I'd be using it in triathlons because as I said, it's more robust. I use it for outdoor swimming again because it won't get damaged as much. The heart rate, not as good. So on the wrist, I think it might just need an update because it uses different colours compared to the Vantage V. So I'm really impressed with this. It's a lot cheaper than the Vantage V, does things that the Vantage V doesn't do, but the Vantage V does stuff that this doesn't do. So it's a lovely looking watch, mainly for the outdoor market. I think they've got it spot on with the design. So I really like it. And that's my conclusion. So that's my conclusion. And if you have any comments or you're using this watch, please drop a comment on my channel. And thank you very much for watching. Speak soon.
And the champions of this age group category, Henrietta Parasavic and Yanis Christodoulou.
Christodoulou.